Hi guys, it's Vicky here, co-administrator of the Ankylosing Spondylitis Project. Haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I'd go ahead and do one just to tell you about some of the things that I've been thinking about in the last couple of days. Bill Maher. Probably some of you guys have seen kind of the backlash of his comments regarding an ad or a commercial that happened during the Super Bowl for the medication for opioid-induced constipation, and his caption was, he used the word junkies in it, referring to people who take opioids, and that just happened to pop up on my Facebook feed during the Super Bowl, and I commented, several other people who I know from some of the groups commented, and that's pretty much what we're battling these days. As you guys know, I have AS, Steffi has AS, but that doesn't segregate us from the chronic pain community. Regardless of what your illness is, we have to stand together and mobilize, because some pretty crappy things are going to come down the pike. We're already experiencing the stigma of being people who have chronic pain. We're already having our meds denied to us. We're having a harder time, an impossible time to find doctors who will treat chronic pain. Someone in one of the groups the other day talked about having a pharmacist, two different pharmacies where she lived, telling her prescriptions were out, her prescriptions weren't due yet, even though her insurance company told her that they were due and she could go pick them up. Pharmacists have the right to deny us medication. Just let that sink in. Pharmacists have the right to deny our medication that's prescribed to us from a doctor. Now, that prescription is verifiable by calling the doctor's office and saying, hey, I've got this script here, is it an actual script? I need to verify it. Instead of picking up the phone, you would just rather deny somebody their medication. How is this legal? How is denying somebody medication prescribed to them from a doctor legal? We're talking pharmacists. They have secondary education, but they're not doctors, and they cannot give medical advice from behind the counter. That's illegal. This makes me so angry. I'm not to a point yet where, I still go to work. I still manage to function, but there are days when, an NSAID's not cutting it, and I know that eventually my illness will probably get pretty severe. What's going to happen? And a lot of you guys are already there. What we're seeing now with the CDC and the FDA is criminal, and it's negligent. Chronic pain, there's 100 million of us here in the U.S., and I would probably gather we're close to 300, 400, 500 million across the world, if not more. What's going to happen when we can't get meds anymore at all? With any type of prohibition type laws, there's always consequences. What's going to happen for us is chronic pain patients, suicides are going to shoot up. And I don't even want to think about that really, but that's cause and effect. That they are trying to wage the war on drug addiction, but you're just sending people to back alleys to buy heroin or whatever other drugs they can get off the street to deal with their pain. This is not going to do anything, and we've seen this, right? We've seen this, on the war on drugs, back from the Reagan administration. All it did was set the cartels, up in a brilliant place to make a lot of money. Did it do anything to curb addiction or drug abuse in this country? No. It's billions and billions of taxpayer dollars wasted that could go to research, that could go to finding cures to some of the diseases that we have. That's where that money should be going, not to fight a war on addiction that the majority of chronic pain patients aren't abusing their meds. Research says that 3 to 5% of chronic pain patients abuse their medications. 3 to 5%. So who is this war on drug targeting? The addicts. Chances are they're not getting their drugs legally anyway, people. I mean, come on. But what they're going to do is cut off our supply of the medication we need to survive. There are tons and tons of studies about what long-term chronic pain does to our bodies and our brains. It affects every organ. But where's the research to alternative treatments? Where's the research for cures? There's sadly not a whole lot of research funding going on for cures for our illnesses, nor is there any funding for research on other treatment plans for chronic pain. So what are we going to do? I'll tell you. I'm going to speak loudly. I'm going to advocate for us, because not only is it for me, it's for you guys too. Because we shouldn't have to live this way. We shouldn't be held accountable for other people's actions. It has nothing, I'm not abusing my meds. There is nothing in my medical records that even suggests that I have abused my medication. But I guarantee you my name is in a federal database because I've had more than one opioid prescription in my life. To me, that's a violation of my privacy. But what can I do about it? Not a whole lot. But we need to act. We need to put our anger into something productive and say enough is enough. The Ankylosing Spondylitis Project, we've partnered with hashtag Patients Not Addicts, and we're going to support them. So if you're a member of our group and you have Twitter, hashtag Patients Not Addict, a photograph of yourself. Let's just start making some noise. Let's do something, because right now it's looking pretty bleak for us, and that's just unacceptable. As far as ASP goes, we're going to have some articles coming out pretty soon. I'm working on one. Steffi's working on one. So, join us. Fight with us. Stand up for your rights as a patient. We can't take much more, guys. So, make sure that you're checking out our website. Let me tell you, the last time I looked, we had close to 9,000 hits on our website, which is amazing. I think we're up to like 285 likes on our Facebook page, which is great. We're gathering steam. And so that's all I have for right now. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you soon. Thanks.